Well, welcome everyone. Very, very pleased to introduce to you Dr. Victoria Rader. So Dr. Rader, I'm going to pass it off to you for a bit.
Thank you very much. And that was the first and the only time we'll be referring to me as Dr. Rader. I go by Vika. So I'm Vika, and I'm so excited to meet all of you guys. I will tell you a quick journey to doctor and what it's in. It's not in mental health, although it probably should be. Anyway, I would like to quote something to you guys by Lao Tzu. And the quote is wonderful. It says, "To see things in the seed, that is genius." Now, wouldn't you know, this quote just happened to happen to me this morning. And I just think it's so beautiful. So welcome to all of you, because we'll be looking for the genius that is found in a seed of a product, and in the seed of who you are as this amazing human being that is joining this potential driven program. I like to talk about 5 winning W's, I call them, because to win in life, you need to kind of know who you are, who people in your life are, where you are, when you are, very important, and why you are and why you do things and how to do them in the best way. So answering all those questions. So let me tell you how we'll do amazing program. I will tell you in just 2 or 3 paragraphs who I am and why I am here today. And then I would like to give you a theory as to why I think you're here today. And of course, you'll have your own why. And then I'll turn my time over to Paul, our incredible upline, and he will tell us what this business is about, what great opportunity is in the seed of this business. And then we'll go back to why I believe it's important to set the intention for any business and what my intention for business is. So that's in a nutshell, or actually in a seed, I should say. That's in a seed is what we're doing today. I apologize for my sense of humor. I'll keep apologizing for it. And hopefully by the end of it, we'll all laugh together. So there we go. First things first, I grew up in Ukraine, which was a part of the Soviet Union, which is a land of no opportunity. So as soon as it became possible, I've immigrated to the United States, which is now over 26 years ago, and got married and had 2 wonderful kids. My daughter's 23, my son is 19, and I wanted to travel the world because I was not allowed to travel the world growing up in the Soviet Union. It was one of my dreams, and I had no money to do so. So of course, a friend said the fastest way to make money is sell real estate. So just as the market crashed in 2008-9, I got into real estate while homeschooling 2 of my kids and became one of the top 1% agents in the country. So everybody, of course, wanted to know how is it possible to homeschool kids, to travel the world, to never work on Sunday, and and combine things. So I started doing trainings and seminars and teaching people the basic success principles. Ran into understanding that no matter how many times you think of what a good habit is consciously, if there is a subconscious program that prevents you from succeeding, it's hard to succeed. That's where the PhD comes in. I pursued the PhD in metaphysical studies that combines quantum physics and spirituality, and got that, and then got a lot of different certifications in different modalities that work with subconscious mind. Founded my own company, You2 Shine, and have written several books, have produced several apps. In other words, I am a very busy person and I had no time for this opportunity. So if you're thinking that you have no time for this opportunity, I agree. You don't have time for this opportunity, but this opportunity has time for you. So Stacy Shiflett is here on this call. She's my amazing sponsor, who, by the way, as she's confided in me, probably was not going to bother a busy person with an opportunity. So takeaway, bother busy people. They're the only ones that'll build the business, okay? Bother busy people. But she looked so fantastic. But, on one of our nonprofit meetings that somebody on the board asked, Stacy, what are you doing differently? And she said, I'm just taking these new supplements. At which point my gut feeling, here's a big aha, trust your guts. My gut feeling said, you got to be doing whatever she's doing. right? So I joined this business before I ever tried the product, before I ever saw the opportunity. Because if you were to ask me what was the number one of any and all success principles I write, talk, and build about, it's trust your gut feeling. And if you believe in the ultimate source of life, in your creator, then call it your God feeling, right? Whether it's your gut feeling or your gut feeling, trust that connection inside you. Because if you let your brain decide for you, it'll create a gorgeous, scary story for you. And we'll continue to be where we are, doing nothing and succeeding at sheer survival. So we're here to learn to live, to thrive. I'm going to turn time over to Paul to tell us how with this great product opportunity and business opportunity.
Oh, thank you so much, Vika. Yeah, this has been such a wonderful journey so far with you. And it's exciting to see, how you joined and how this came into your life simply because the product works and you see it in people and you notice it. And that's pretty powerful. As Vika said, my name is Paul Engemann. So what I really want to do is I want to share this with you because it has changed my life. And we live in a world right now where there's a lot of change going on, and change sometimes for people, that's a scary word, right? It brings uncertainty. But at the same time, change can bring opportunity. And if we know how to position ourselves within that opportunity, then we really can benefit greatly. It can take us to another level. Well, let me give you a little bit of background on myself, just so you kind of know who you're talking to and how this happened to me, how this came into my life. I sometimes joke that I feel a little bit like Forrest Gump. If you've seen that movie, Forrest kept sort of like accidentally falling into things that worked out really well for him. Well, in my young life, I was actually a rock singer. Let's see if I can get this to advance. So yeah, there I am. Youth, that's when I actually had hair. But so I was the lead singer of a rock band called Engemann. I was a lead singer of another band called Device. If you saw the movie Scarface with Al Pacino, I sing the main song in that movie. It's a song called Push It to the Limit. Still gets played a lot today. Co-wrote music for the 1984 Olympics and the 1990 World Soccer Cup. And that was my life for decades of my life. In the 1990s, my son was born, and my wife and I decided that we wanted to start a traditional business so we could both be in the same place at the same time. So in the early 90s, my wife and I started an interior design business. And we were very blessed and worked very hard and wound up on the front cover of Architectural Digest about 10 years later. And we had a really big business. In the year 2005, I was introduced to a network marketing opportunity that was also a nutritional company. And I was with that business for 12 years. And I wound up working with some of the top people in the industry, people who could mentor me and who really helped me. And I learned a lot from them. And I was able to become a multi-million-dollar earner in that business. And I was with them for 12 years. And unfortunately, about 4.5 years ago, there were some things that happened with that company that were just not in alignment with my personal ethics. And so I decided that I was going to look for something else. And I was going to look for something that could bless other people's lives like this had blessed mine. I actually live in a town called Provo, Utah. And you may have heard of it. It's about 50 miles south of Salt Lake City. And what a lot of people don't know is that Provo, Utah is kind of the capital of network marketing in the world. It's sort of Mecca for network marketing. If you drive from my house in Provo to Salt Lake City, which is a distance of about 50 miles, along the way, you're going to pass over 340 network marketing companies. So I had a lot of opportunity around me, a lot of choices. But at that time, I had worked full-time in network marketing for 12 years. And I kind of felt like I had a real-world doctorate in network marketing. So I had some things that were really on my mind, things that I definitely wanted to see in my next opportunities, certain things that I definitely did not want to see. The most important thing that I wanted to see was that it was a product that was real, that had great science behind it, that could help a lot of people. Well, one of my mentors in network marketing is a gentleman named Derek Winkle. He's actually on with us today, but Derek is pretty much a legend in network marketing. He's made tens and tens of millions of dollars in the industry. And I also am very blessed to say that he's my best friend. He's a dear friend of mine. And so Derek and I were actually looking together for an opportunity. And Derek introduced me to a woman named Susie Kwok, who is the top dog in Rain. She's also a delightful human being. And she arranged for us to meet with the CEO and the owners of Rain. And we sat down, and doggone it, if not every single thing on my list that was a requirement was checked. And everything on my list that I didn't want to see wasn't there. So I worked with Rain. It's now 4.5 years later. I'm what's called a Diamond Elite level distributor. And now I've had the blessing of being able to travel the world for the past 16 years in this industry and help people to create more freedom in their life, more choices in their life, more options, more blessings for people. And that has been just a huge blessing for me. And so what I'd like to do right now is kind of share with you what we're doing. What is Rain all about? You know, especially today, because of the circumstances in which we find ourselves with this pandemic, people are more interested in health than ever. People are always interested in health, but specifically now, my goodness, everybody wants to learn how to make their immune system stronger, how to fortify their bodies, how to help the miracle that is their body work like the miracle that it was designed to be. How do you do that? Well, I want to tell you a story about, several years ago, at least probably 20 years ago. There were some doctors at the University of Maryland who were looking to help some young children who were very ill, and their bodies were producing mutating cells, and they had gone through chemo and radiation treatments. And so these doctors were looking for a way to help these children to rebuild their immune systems, to lower inflammation in their bodies. And so they were looking for a way to help these kids that really needed help. And it turned out, they were trying to look for a natural way to do that. We come from nature. So most of the times, nature is the solution, isn't it? Well, it turns out that seeds have 20 to 30 times the nutrient density of what winds up growing from the seeds. They have all of the vitamins, the minerals, the nutrients, the enzymes, the essential fatty acids, the proteins that our bodies need. But you can't just sit down and eat a bowl of seeds, can you? Or else it's going to just pass right through your body and you won't get much benefit. Well, what's interesting is if you can access that nutrition in a seed, beyond the fact that it has so much nutrient density in it, seeds also have chemical compounds in them that are not in the plant that grow from the seed. They were required to grow the plant. And our DNA can actually benefit by taking in those nutrients. Just as an example, black cumin seed, which is one of the important seeds that are in most of the products that we make. Black cumin seed is a miraculous little seed. It's anti-inflammatory, it's anti-aging, it's antioxidant, it's antimicrobial, it's antiviral, anti-pain, so many things. But there are 10 important chemical compounds in the seed itself, in black cumin seed, that are not in the black cumin plant. So what's really cool that Rain was able to do is they were able to find a way to access those nutrients by cold pressing them, releasing the seed oils, and then grinding that seed husk into what we call a NutriFlour that also has nutrients in it, and it makes those nutrients bioavailable. So going back to the doctors at the University of Maryland, they formulated something with 3 seeds, with black cumin seed, black raspberry seed, grape Chardonnay seed in a combination, and they gave it to these children, and these kids started to thrive. It really helped these children to lower the inflammation in their bodies that resulted from their chemo and their radiation treatments, to get the nutrients that they needed. And they saw the progress these children were making. And then they realized, oh my goodness, this has a much wider application than just helping these children. It could help so many other people with so many other things. And that is actually where the product that we call Soul in Rain International, that's where it comes from. We now have the exclusive rights to that. We have the patent on that. And we've blessed so many people. We've sold hundreds of millions of dollars of that product and changed a whole lot of lives in this world. Now, why is that important? Why is this discovery about seeds so important? Well, we live in a world where the ironic thing is that we can produce more food than ever. Nobody really needs to go hungry in this world. Certainly there are people that do, and that's very tragic, but we have a lot of obese people walking around in this world that are undernourished. Isn't that ironic that we're kind of in the modern world, we're kind of more obese than ever, but we're more malnourished than ever? And how can that be? Well, because the food that is readily available, that's conveniently available for us in our busy lives in this crazy world, isn't all that nutritious. 25 years ago, Monsanto introduced the first genetically modified seed. And now, 25 years later, 80 to 90% of the food that we eat comes from these genetically modified seeds. Our foods are full of fillers and non-sustainable practices to grow those foods with synthetic fertilizers, and they're full of chemicals, and they're highly processed. And so most people are walking around with a nutrition deficit. And then add to that the stress that we're under, and a lot of us suffer from what doctors call chronic cellular inflammation. What that means is that we're inflamed down to the cellular level of our bodies, and doctors have tied that chronic inflammation to be the trigger to hundreds of degenerative diseases. I want you to think back, if you're old enough, I want you to think back 25 years. 25 years ago, did you know anybody that had fibromyalgia or lupus or a gluten allergy, a peanut allergy, diabetes? All of these things, that's a short list, but all of these things and many more are epidemic right now. I can think of 5 or 10 friends offhand that have those problems. Why is it? Because of what you're looking at on your screen. Because really, nutrition, that word, nutrition is sort of dying along with our well-being. And the solution, we're looking at it, it's so simple. It's seeds. Getting back to the source of all nutrition. Where does it come from? It comes from seeds. Now, in the last 20 years, the nutrition and the health and wellness segment of our economy has exploded. And I don't think that's an accident. Remember, for the past 25 years, nutrition has kind of been dying. And people are not feeling well, and they're looking for solutions. So it's very natural that you would see this segment of our economy start to explode as people search for solutions. In 2001, there was a gentleman named Paul Zane Pilzer, and he was a very famous economist, and he wrote a book called The Wellness Revolution. And in that book, he predicted in 2001 that in the next 10 years, by 2011, the wellness industry would grow and explode to be the next $1 trillion a year industry. That's a lot of money, right? Well, guess what? Today, in 2021. It's not a $1 trillion a year industry. It's a $4.3 trillion a year industry. What does that tell you? It tells you there's a major opportunity in helping people with their health. So some of the major trends in the last 20 years, you're looking at them on your screen. Herbs have been huge. $49 billion in herbs are sold every year. Pills, capsules, supplements like that, $446 billion a year in sales. Do people want health? Yeah, they do. $28 billion in superfruit juices are sold every year, and $17 billion of essential oils are sold every year. The thing that got me excited when I was introduced to the concept of seeds, seed nutrition, accessing that nutrition in those seeds, is that all of the things that I just mentioned, herbs, the contents of pills and supplements, the juices, the oils, what were those things before they ever became those things? They were seeds. All nutrition comes from seeds. So what Rain has done is they have created the biggest category ever in the world of health and wellness. And category creator companies are the kind of companies that create thousands of millionaires who take advantage of that opportunity, change, opportunity, right? So this is a category creator company, and you can position yourself within it. It's a very disruptive technology. What do I mean by that? Well, hey, there's all kinds of, supplements and things that people have been taking, but this is disrupting the marketplace because it's such a simple concept and it's so easy to use. Shake it, rip it, sip it, right? So we're really disrupting this particular segment of the economy. Now, there are thousands and thousands of peer-reviewed double-blind studies that have been carried out at major medical institutions and scientific institutions around the world on the health benefits of seeds. And there are thousands of seeds that have health benefits. They do things like support your brain, slow down the aging process, make sure that your body's hydrated, boost your immunity, support your joints, even to the point of repairing your DNA. But I want to talk about two very important things that seeds have been established to do, and that is reduce inflammation and reduce oxidative stress in your body. If you think of your health journey as sort of a path that you're following, inflammation and oxidation are two huge boulders that are in the way of that progress. And if you can clear the path of inflammation and oxidation, you can really free your body to do what it was meant to do. So seeds do that. By oxidative stress, what I mean is every time you breathe, you burn oxygen. And one of the byproducts of burning oxygen is that your body creates a nasty little molecule called an oxygen-free radical. And it is ticked off because it's electrically imbalanced. And it bumps around inside your body, attacking healthy tissue, trying to steal a negative charge from another molecule so that it can patch itself up and neutralize itself and then go on its merry way. The problem is when it succeeds in doing that, it creates two more free radicals in its path. So it's this cascading effect. That process that I just described is what rusts metal. It's what spoils fruit, and it's what ages us. What's the solution? Antioxidants. Antioxidants can neutralize those free radicals. And seeds contain the highest concentration of antioxidants that you will find. So two things, reducing that inflammation and getting that oxidative stress out of the way, and you see amazing things. I want to show you visually an illustration of that. I speak all over the world about rain and seed nutrition. And that's slowed down a little bit in the last year because of the pandemic. But a year and a half or so ago, I was in Budapest, Hungary, and I was speaking at an event for about 800 people. And also on that event was this doctor that you're looking at on your screen. His name is Dr. Norbert Kecskes, and he is the official team physician for the Hungarian Olympic team. And he's got that whole team on Rain's products. He asked for a volunteer from the audience who hadn't used any of Rain's products, and this young woman volunteered to do a quick little pinprick blood test. And then Dr. Ketchkish put that on a slide, and he was able to look at it under the microscope and project it onto a big screen there in that auditorium. These are her red blood cells. And Dr. Ketchkish pointed out, he says, do you see how they're overlapping? You don't really see individual red blood cells. You see kind of like a sludge. And he says the reason for that is because those red blood cells are under attack by free radical molecules. So there's oxidative stress. He says also that these red blood cells there's inflammation in this body, and that's why they're acting this way. Additionally, he said, when we eat bad oils, in like potato chips and different sorts of foods that we eat, a lot of those oils come from petroleum oil, believe it or not. There's food grade petroleum oil. And the oil tends to clog the cell membranes. And so they cannot take that oxygen in very well. Well, he gave this young lady a packet of Sol. And then that young lady sat down for a half an hour while Dr. Ketchkiss went on with his lecture. And then he took another blood sample a half an hour after she had taken a packet of Sol, one little packet of Sol. So these were her red blood cells before she took that Sol, and these were her red blood cells a half an hour later. Now, isn't that mind-blowing? You can see that those red blood cells are beautiful. They've taken in the oxygen. They're working independently. This is really important in our bodies because oxygen needs to be delivered everywhere in our tissues for us to be healthy. Well, great. So what I'd like to do very fast, now that you understand the concept of just accessing the nutrition within the seed so that your body can use it, Rain has been able to work with the University of Maryland and to produce other products that are sort of targeted to different aspects of health. As I said, the first product that they produced was something called Sol, black cumin seed, black raspberry seed, grape chardonnay seed. And when independent testing was done on this product by Brunswick Labs, so a completely independent laboratory that has nothing to do with Rain, what they found when they did testing on live human cells was that one packet of Sol reduced cellular inflammation by 33% immediately. And that the effect over time as you kept taking it was cumulative. Is reducing inflammation important? Oh, yeah, it really is. They also found that it slowed down the aging clock. So it slowed down the rate at which those cells aged by a little over 66, 67%. Anybody interested in aging more slowly? That's $1 billion concept all by itself. And Sol provides that. They also found that Sol was higher in antioxidant content than the average of all products that Brunswick Labs had ever tested in their decades and decades and decades of testing products for the FDA in the United States. They found that it was the equivalent nutritionally of having 7 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables and 3 to 4 servings of essential fatty acids. So a very powerful product. Another product is called Sol Red. It's very much like Sol, only it has red raspberry seed instead of black raspberry seed, and it has more black cumin seed oil in it. Our minds were blown when the testing came back on Sol Red. Do you know that Brunswick Labs found that it reduced cellular inflammation by 80%? Wow. And that it slowed down the aging of the cells by about 80%. Also very high in antioxidants, etc. Core is our green product. Also has the black cumin seed in it, but then it has a lot of greens like aloe vera, spirulina, chlorophyllin, chlorella, kale, milk thistle, dandelion root, wheatgrass. Very powerful, very concentrated. You would have to drink 7 8-ounce glasses of green smoothie that you made in your kitchen, 7 8-ounce glasses to equal one little 1-ounce shot of Core. Isn't that mind-blowing? Also, they found that Core increased immunity at the cellular level, also by around 67 to 70%. Is that important in our day and age? Well, is that important anytime? Yeah, you bet. Core, I think of it as shampoo for the internal organs. Anything in your body that acts like a filter. So your lungs, your liver, your gallbladder, your kidneys, your skin. Your skin is the biggest filter. Core cleans. It just cleans out. It's like a daily cleanse for your organs. That's Core. We also have a protein powder that is very clean. It's vegan friendly. It's all from plant and seed sources. Also, by the way, everything we do is non-GMO. We don't work with any growers that use pesticides. Everything is super clean and then tested on top of that for heavy metals or any adulteration. So these are very clean, very pure products. Form, what's great about Form is it has a very high level of what's called branched chain amino acids. That's the only amino acid chain that processes in the muscles themselves instead of in the liver. So you get lean muscle very quickly because you take high levels of branched chain amino acids. 2 flavors, vanilla, chocolate, 20 grams of protein per serving, about 150 calories and no sugars. That's Form. Pure is our probiotic. You know, your gut health is very important. You have trillions of little friends in your gut that are healthy, health-promoting bacteria, and you need to keep replacing those because they're attacked on a daily basis by stress and by things like antibiotics and pollutants. So probiotics are very important. Pure is formulated with seed extractions, lots of the probiotic microorganisms, and those seed extractions work as a prebiotic, which is food for the probiotic to help it get established in your gut. 2 flavors, fruit punch and peach mango. Very yummy, comes in little individual straw packs that you can just dump into a water bottle or into a glass of water, shake or stir, and you've got it. Oh, and by the way, it doesn't have to be refrigerated, which is pretty cool. So you can just carry it around in a purse or in your pocket and just use it when you need it. Bend is for joints. Black cumin seed, it also has curcumin and turmeric in it, and glucosamine sulfate. You've probably heard of glucosamine sulfate for joints. Most glucosamine sulfate that you see comes from the shells of shellfish. This glucosamine sulfate comes from seeds and plants. So it's extremely clean, very bioavailable for your body. I love this product. My old knees love this product. We have a skincare line called Reverie that's based on seed extractions and plant stem cells. Wonderful product. I love it. We also have something called Bright. Now, this is for your brain. It's a nootropic. It helps with focus and energy. Seed extractions, B vitamins, and I'll tell you, I take it every day, a couple of capsules, and I'm able to concentrate and feel good throughout the day without having to drink a lot of caffeinated drinks. And anyone who knows me knows that that was my Achilles heel. I was so addicted to Diet Coke and no longer am. So there you go. That's Bright. And our newest product is called Renew. We're super excited about this new product. This is a detox. This will pull heavy metals out of your system. But what's interesting about Renew, it has bentonite clay in it, which it comes from, bentonite clay is an extraction of volcanic ash, and it helps to pull out those heavy metals. It has activated charcoal in it. It has CoQ10 in it. It has L-glutathione in it. And what this does is it pulls out the heavy metals without also pulling out minerals that your body needs. That's unique because most of these detoxes don't work that way. Most products that are that pull out those heavy metals, they pull out the good minerals along with them. Renew doesn't do that. So anyway, that is basically, that's our product line. A lot of really great things that help a lot of people. And we have a partnership with the University of Maryland. They're actually right this minute formulating products for us. That's so unique in the world of nutrition and certainly in the world of network marketing to have a partnership with a university. Why is that happening? Well, because Rain products are powerful and they work and they recognize that. So they're working with us and we're blessing lives because of it. We're in over 45 global markets. Now, what does that mean to you? You know, sometimes I say that to people and they go, yeah, but why do I care? Because I live in Provo, Utah. Well, because this is a global opportunity. And if you participate with us, you participate in a global economy. So it's not just the economy of your town or your state or even your country. It's the global economy. That allows people to actually hedge their bets, to not have to be a hostage to their local economy. And it happens because this goes viral because the products work. You know how sometimes you'll see a YouTube video and it just goes crazy. All of a sudden it has 6 million views or 20 million views. How does that happen? Because people find value or entertainment. They find something of value in that video and they say, hey, you got to see this. And boom, it's all over the world. Well, that's the same thing that's happening here. How did Vika join the business? She joined the business because she saw what happened for Stacy. They were on a Zoom meeting, for Pete's sake, just like this. And there were people going, Stacy, you're vibrating at a whole different level. And what's going on with you, girl? And so she had to tell them. That is how this goes viral, because it works, because it helps people, because it changes lives. So this is something that we call social entrepreneurship. And it's really the concept of doing well for yourself by doing good in the world, because you're helping people to change their lives. That's a very, very powerful thing. It's cost effective. It's simple. It's a solution for people. And we have so many testimonials. I decided that I wasn't going to bring on any live testimonials today, but I'm going to tell you where to go find them. There's a Facebook group, and it's called Seed-Based Nutrition. Check it out after you watch this. There are thousands of testimonials there from people who've been helped from, all kinds of things. And sometimes you look at it and you say, well, how is that possible? How can it do all those things? How can it help this one girl with her acne and then this person with their fibromyalgia? That sounds like Dr. Happy's magic pills. But it really does that because it just helps your body remove those big boulders out of the pathway of your health so that your body goes into a stasis and it starts doing the things that it was designed to do, to be the miracle that it was designed to be. It's really that simple. But social entrepreneurship is doing well by doing good in the world. And what I love about the heart of RAIN is that from day one, they established a foundation. And do you know, every time somebody joins RAIN, they plant a tree in their name. The world is a lot greener place today because of RAIN. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of trees have been planted. Additionally, a portion of every purchase goes towards the Seeds for Change Foundation. And I have had the blessing of working with that foundation live with actual human beings that we're helping. And the Seeds for Change Foundation does things. They have built orphanages in Eastern Europe. They have brought clean drinking water to parts of the world that didn't have it. They've built libraries for children in parts of Africa where there were no libraries. They've helped to expand businesses that employ at-risk women. So many other things. That's just the short list. But every time a product is bought, a portion of the purchase price goes to the Seeds for Change Foundation. So you're not just doing something good for yourself and for others by changing health and by improving your economic outlook. You're changing the world by participating here. And that makes me feel fantastic. So, what does this mean for you? Social commerce. How can this help you? Well, the number one search on Google today is make money from home. That's the number one search. Makes a lot of sense. Most people are trapped at home right now. And, a lot of people have lost their jobs. It's been very sad to see how this pandemic has affected a lot of people. Do you know what happened to RAIN last year? We blew up. We absolutely exploded. We grew by 22% during a worldwide pandemic where the whole world was shut down. I feel terrible for the people that were horribly affected by it, but I feel so good that we have an opportunity to change that for them, to offer them a solution. It's really incredible. We're going to work hard at whatever we do anyway. Why not work smart with something that can help you to advance your own dreams? Most of us work very hard, but we're building somebody else's future, somebody else's dream. What can we do right now to change the future for ourselves and for our family, to provide economic security for ourselves? Well, social commerce. And you can participate right here in that social commerce. So there's a lot of ways that people get paid. Basically, the idea with RAIN is that we have removed the middleman. So when you tell somebody about this, when you share this, you're the one that makes the money. And it's not just when you share it. The concept here is really incredible, because when you share it with somebody and then they share it with somebody, and then they share it with somebody who shares it with somebody else, you benefit from all of that. And not just one time, but every time that person consumes that product, you benefit. You know, people spend a ton of money building web shops, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. The company has already spent tens of millions of dollars to set you up. If you decide that this is an opportunity for you, you'll have a personal website, you'll have an app that you can use to share it. And the company has already put all that infrastructure in place, and all we have to do is tell people the good news. So I'll just tell you a couple of things. You know, we have a customer program where, let's use a box of Soul as an example. Let's say that you share a box of Soul with a friend and they decide to become a customer and they go on a subscription for the Soul every month. You'd make over $240 that year just from telling one person about Soul, about 20 bucks a month. Also, we provide an opportunity for those customers. If they want to get their boxes for free, all they have to do is refer 3 people and they get their box free. And in that case, you make $30 instead of $20. So how about that? Basically, what we're providing here is your ability to design the kind of life that you want to live. And that looks different for everybody. You know, not everybody wants a big mansion and 5 cars. Many people just want to be able to have some freedom, to provide for their families, to have choices, to have health, to be able to give back. And this is a platform that can provide that. Now, I'm not going to go into all the different ways that you earn money. I don't want to overwhelm you. I just want to show you how simple it is to start. I want to show you how you earn money in this business, but in just kind of a general way without having to overwhelm you. So every time you share RAIN with someone and they decide that they want to enroll as a distributor or as a customer, you earn a percentage of the purchase price of what that person bought. Also, when those people refer other people, you earn a percentage of the purchase price of their starter packs. Then, as your team starts to grow, every week there's consumption of product. Well, that causes sales dollars to be generated, and you earn a percentage every week of what is consumed on your team. And as that grows, as people tell others, as it goes viral. Additionally, as the people on your team start to make money themselves, the company will look at that and they will add a percentage check match based on the incomes of those people. That's really the basic idea here. And it's a very, very powerful business model. We've got people that, of course, if you just want to make a few $100, we can show you how to do that. We have people that make thousands of dollars. We have people that make millions of dollars. And the beautiful thing is that there are people on our team that do that and that can help you and mentor you and show you how to do this. And it's really very simple. It's not brain surgery. You might be asking yourself, well, how could it get big enough to really be significant income? Let me show you. So there's a couple of things that work here. 2 things that are magic about this business model that you won't find elsewhere. The first is that the minute that you start working with us, you're in business for yourself. It's your business, you own it, but you're not in business by yourself. The people that have gone before you benefit from your efforts, so they are highly motivated to help you. And you join a team. And when you join that team, you're placed on one of two, we call them legs or teams that your sponsor is creating. Bear in mind that your sponsor is on somebody else's team. And in order for them to continue to grow their own business, they have to place people on your team going down that leg. And you benefit from those people. You benefit from their activities. The second thing that's magic about this business model is geometric growth, exponential growth. The first time I saw this, I really couldn't sleep. So let's say that you sponsor 2 people in your first month. And then you help them in the next month to sponsor 2 people each. That's an additional 4 people in your business. And then it just keeps growing like that. Those 4 sponsor 8 the next month, etc. After 6 months, you'd have about 126 people on your team. That's pretty good. You're starting to get a nice little team there. Here's where I had the biggest aha moment of my life when I saw this. Let's see what happens if you go a little bit further, and instead of sponsoring just 2, you sponsor 4. Okay? Difference of 2. What do you think it is after 6 months of 4 who sponsor 4 each, that sponsor 4 each? You think it's maybe 6, 7, 800 people? This is where my mind was blown. It's not even close. It's 5,460 people. Wow. That's a big difference between 126 and 5,460. And the real difference between those two numbers is not 5,300 plus. It's 2. It's the difference between starting with 2 and starting with 4. Very simple concept of geometric growth that's very powerful. If you grow a team like that, you'll be making 6 figures or more. Now, I can't guarantee, I certainly don't want to say, we guarantee that you'll make all this money. We can't, because I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know how much work you'll do or what you'll put into the opportunity, and it does depend on you, but the opportunity is there. So it's really quite simple. You don't have to be an expert. There's a phone app that allows you to share all this information with somebody with a tap of your phone. So really, this is 21st century social marketing. And wherever you are, there is your business. If you got your phone, you got your business. So you could be anywhere in the world doing anything in the world and still share this product, share this opportunity, and grow your business. So really, what you're left with is a choice, because 5 years is going to go by no matter what you do. No matter how much you don't want it to go by, it's going to go by, and it's going to go by like that. So where will you be in 5 years? Are you on the path to where you want to be? Or does there need to be a little bit of a change? And if not this, what? And if not now, when? So if you want to just use the product and be a customer, fantastic. Everybody needs to use this because it's going to change your health for the better, and you're going to feel a difference. We can show you how to do that. It's very simple. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee on your first box. So there's just no risk at all. But you can also become a RAIN partner and supplement your income, or replace your income, or far exceed your current income and create financial freedom. And the choice really is yours. So that's everything that I've got to share with you from my end. And what I'd like to do right now is I would like to pass it right back to Vika.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for a fantastic presentation. As I am 19 days in the business, I just counted. I've learned a lot, and I want to tell you guys that 19 days in the business, it's possible to build a 20 people team, not working at all, but being passionate about the product and the opportunity. I've started with, I didn't have time. I didn't make any more time. I still don't have time, but I feel so excited, and I just hope you can feel this excitement through the Zoom coming to you. And I'll tell you why, the 2 main reasons I feel the excitement. My husband had an MRI about 2 months ago on his knee, and the doctor said there's nothing that can be done at this point. It's bone on bone. And so because it's bone on bone, the only answer is surgery. Now, he's very athletic. He plays tennis, he rides his bike, he walks, and he's been in excruciating pain all the time. He didn't think surgery was a way to go. So because I do some alternative work, we've started with that. And there was just a part of me that said, I've exhausted everything. I've tried all the supplements. If only there was a supplement that could help me help him. It was the day after that, if only thought, that the comment about Stacy happened. And now with only 10 days on banned product, he has no knee pain. He biked for 2 hours yesterday, and we hiked on the beach for an hour. So do you think anything will shut me up about this product? So that's number one, my excitement. Number two, the excitement is the intention for the business. As you ask yourself why you're here, please understand the person that invited you here did not look at you and said, yes, finally, I found somebody to make money off. No, they looked at you and they said, I know Just like I knew with Randy, this product can help them. I know they have a huge heart and they can change so many lives. And I know that they will see the opportunity that I saw and they can bless the lives of endless many. This is why you guys are here. Maybe you don't believe in yourself, but the person that invited you, they believe in you. And so give them a chance, come back and ask more questions about this business because you will not regret it. Either because of your health will be thriving or because you will build it and both your health and your finances will be thriving, but you will not regret that choice. Finally, the greatest why, because it was a direct answer to my indirect prayer, my if only ask. I've set an intention for my little business, which I wasn't going to build. Stacy remembers, I'm like, I'm in. I just don't have time to build it, but I'm in, Stacy. I'm going to have all the products, help my clients. So this little thing that's growing on its own is any seed that's been nourished, right? So the intention was, what do I want to build here? And I set an intention. I want this business to be an answer to someone's prayer. Now, if you want to handle objections and build your business that way, great. Paul will teach you. We know how to do that. But I don't want to attract people with objections. I want to be an answer to someone's prayer. And if you set that for this business, that there is a subconscious request that somebody thinks, if only there was help for my back, if only there was more money to buy food for my parents, if only, if only, if only. And then all of a sudden they meet you and you hear and you listen to their pain and you say, hey, I've got rain for your pain. Now, that's directly from above. That was not planned, but we're going to write it down. And I've got rain for your pain. Okay, this is good. I'm just going to celebrate a little, mute me, then I'll come back. And so as you become an answer to them, the excitement of being an answer to somebody will grow. And that is the only way why the people that are being attracted into my business, and I know we will grow, and I know we will grow it big. And one of the guests here today is actually my wonderful client and friend Shab Bass, will be joining us here today. And as I was talking to her and told her very briefly, just sent her a link, she said, "Oh my gosh, this is the answer to what I've been thinking about, a way to help my family and a way for me to be healthy." And so it's become a very literal answer. So that is all I have to say. Why you're here, because you mattered enough to somebody to be invited, and because I think there is somebody in this world that you're meant to help. That's all I got.
Oh, that's so wonderful, Vika. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to work with you. And I have to tell, it's just so, it's so wonderful to watch. You know, you're a very busy person. You've already got a ton of people on your team from this attitude of blessing the lives of others. And so that's so inspiring. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. Please get back to the person who loved you enough to tell you about this. Let them answer your questions. It takes about 3 minutes to get yourself enrolled and to have product on the way to your house. So welcome to the wonderful world of rain. Let's go out and make it rain. Thanks, everybody.